Hey, welcome to Fun Like Triple E. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to use the liquid crystal display to display the temperature and humidity of your room. Make sure to subscribe and like the video if you don't want to miss any other Arduino project video from Fun Like Triple E. Let's get started. So I can finally tell you what the components are after waiting 10 minutes for a fire alarm to turn off. Not mine, of course, but from someone else in my block of flats. Yes, thank you very much, person who burnt the bread. Anyway, the components used are the 16x2 LCD display that we used for the other video that I'm gonna leave in the description, the 10K potentiometer, always that we used in that video, a breadboard, male-to-male and male-to-female jump wires now, and the Arduino Mega and the DHT11 humidity sensor, because I am poor, guys. So yes, so here we have the wiring schematic. If you have checked my video on how to set up the LCD display, this will make a lot of sense. If you have not checked it yet, then go check it. It's just on the top right bottom of this page. The only thing that I have to explain more, apart from the LCD actual display wiring, is the DHT11 sensor wiring. So this is the actual thing that we added to the circuit. It has just 3 connections that we have to make that are the green, red and black wire. So the green wire is connected to pin 2 of the PWM pins, and that's where we get the data from. Then the red wire is connected to the 5-volt rail, and the black wire is connected to ground. So this is the actual wiring schematic. If you haven't checked the LCD display video, please check it because it will explain more about the other connections of the LCD display. In the previous video where I show how to set up the liquid crystal display, I also showed how to wire it up to the breadboard and the Arduino Mega. So in this video I'm just gonna show you how to wire the DHT. So I basically stick with the schematic that I showed before, apart from the green wire, which for me was replaced by a whitish grayish wire, which is the data wire that is connected to the PWM number 2. Okay guys, so here is the code. It's actually very simple. It's just a combination of the 2 codes that we have for the DHT sensor and for the LCD display. So first of all, the code for the DHT was a bit changed because the code that the Elegoo kit gives, so the tutorial gives, is a bit too complicated, and actually I don't really understand why, because I think it also makes the sensor quite slow. So instead I have this other code, which is just a few lines all together, and it makes the sensor work. So the first library, I actually found it online, so I'm gonna give you the zip file or where you can find this library, and then this is just the library of the liquid crystal, and here we're just saying the pins that we use to connect the crystal to the Arduino. Here instead we're declaring that we are using a sensor. Here we're defining the constant 2, which is the pin to which the data pin of the sensor is connected to the Arduino. So basically this is the pin where we receive the data from the sensor. In the void setup, we just start the LCD display, and then in the void loop, all of this happens. So first line is just us reading the pin, so the pin 2. So this is just reading the data. Then basically these lines here, in these lines here we are printing the temperature. So yeah, set cursor 00, which means row 1, column 1, temperature, and then we just write this DHT temperature, which just calls the temperature from the data, from the data, and then we have these two. So chart 223 is just the O symbol, the little circle that is at the top left of the degree. And so this is actually like how it's encoded in the symbol library. So if you want to have that symbol, you have to write 223. If, for example, you want another symbol, then uh, it would have another basically number. So I tried with 224, and that's actually a beta symbol. So yeah, it's just a number that identifies the symbol we're using. Then here we just have the other reading, which is the humidity. Same happens. It's just that here we have the humidity that is read on the second row. And here is the percentage symbol because we are measuring relative humidity. And then we have just a delay of 1 second so that we keep the information on the screen for 1 second, and then it basically refreshes every 1 second.
And yes, guys, if you're right to this point, then you've made your own indoor temperature and humidity sensor, and this would be the result. So congratulations. Thank you for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe to Fun Like Tripoli and like this video if you don't want to miss other videos where I'll show how to use Arduino for other purposes and other sensors, as well as more future content about Tripoli.